Hello. That is so weird. Why does it always look like I don't have eyebrows? I've been here looking like Whoopi Goldberg. It's not that serious. I do have eyebrows, people. I don't know. Something about this camera. I look like a victim of eyebrow alopecia. But I'm not. Oh, I had to come out here and talk to y'all today. I had to do a video because I know I can't be the only one. Today I wanted to talk to y'all about baby daddies. No. Well, kind of. Not really baby daddies. Something a little bit different than that. Um, you know, when it comes to tradition, they always, say that, they want you to get married before you have kids. And, so you can do it the proper way and make sure that your kids has a mother and a father. And I have found over the years that I don't know if I can buy into that. And I'll tell you why. I have two older sons, and I was a single mom with both of them. I say I created them. It was not a virgin birth, but I manifested them into my life. That's how I choose to look at that. I'm not delusional. I'm just saying it. So, I spent my time raising them until my youngest son was probably 3. Yeah, he was 3. You can do what you want. You make a decision. If you don't like that decision, you can change the decision. There ain't a bunch of discussion about it. None of that. And, I enjoyed my life. Then I decided when I was when I was 30, I met my ex-husband. And, I think by the time I was 32, we got married. And, great. Wonderful. So I'm like, okay, it took a lot for me to get there. It took a lot to let me give up my independence, but I did it. So I'm like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. Well, here we are. That lasted till about 2007, right after I had my daughter, because God help him, he could not stop with the anxiety. He loves her to death. He loved her to death, but he just could not get it together. And he even went so far as to say to me, I don't know if I can love your sons the same way that I have been, because now I have my own. And I said, we ain't messing up no more black men around here. So you're going to need to hit the bricks, buddy. Because it was an interracial marriage. He is white. So they're different. It was an experience. I actually don't regret the marriage. I do find myself, even to this day, since 2007, that's when the divorce was official, of just sometimes regretting the heck out of him. I had something happen today. And I'm just like, this is such an emotional hassle. And I just can't stand it. It's a lot. So my daughter bought herself a car. Well, he gave her one, and it pooped out eventually. And so it's been sitting in the parking lot of my apartments for months now. No big deal. It's not getting towed. Nothing's happening. But now we're having a car situation. And just to give a tiny bit of backstory, my daughter and her father are very similar in their personalities, and they butt heads. I mean, me and her butt heads, but it's different because he drives her insane. And I understand why he drives her insane, because if I was her, he would drive me insane as well. But I digress. So her car gets broken into last week, and somebody doesn't even steal anything. They just damage her ignition. And so I've got a little bit of skill in that department. I say, I'll come and I'll change the ignition out for you. That really sucks, but I can do this. And I had a little, sorry about that. I had a little bit of a technical difficulty. I'll probably have to do my very first editing. I try not to edit. But like I was saying, she had somebody messed up her car. I said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fix it for you. Get all the parts. I get over there. I'm like, oh, man. Of course, she's got the weird car. And I knew something was wrong. So I say I don't have a ratchet, the size that I need to get this one off. So call your dad, ask him if he'll, come over here, because she doesn't live close to me. I live kind of far out. I'm like, if he'll drop him off. First thing he says is, I'll tell her to come over here and get it. I'm like, whatever. So what ends up happening is they find out her water pump. Well, I find out, because they're Virgos. I'm a Cancer. The Virgos knew that the water pump was out. She tells me that, it came pouring out, even though she swears she didn't say that. I mean, I got a whole story when it was dramatic and interesting, but now it was just leaking. But at the time, up until today, I thought that the water pump was going to go. She can't drive the water pump going. So I send a message this morning. I'm like, well, so I can conserve gas. I'm gonna wait and come over there in the morning after I drop my oldest son off of work, and then I'll fix it. She loses it because her dad has told her, and she has to, let me tell you, she has to work, and so she needs to be able to drive. Well, he decides he's not gonna do it today. So now she is flipping out. And then he refuses to give her a time frame. Now she is all out of sorts. Nobody has her back. She's upset. I say that to say this. Not having to have gone through any of this with the father of my sons was wonderful. If we could have stayed married and it would have been successful, I wouldn't be making this video. Life goes on. Life happens. But we didn't. We got a divorce. I've been trying to train him how to be a parent. He got other kids. He on wife number 3 right now. Whole nother video. Actually, it ain't my video to make because I don't care. But I do care about my daughter. And the fact that he cannot seem to stop himself from just being a dick. You know what I mean? Just being an out and out jerk. Why? She has to go to work. So why? I'll try and get over there sometime this week. Why are you doing that? Why can't you just be right? This right here. Yeah, marriage is an institution. It'll make you feel crazy. Divorce can feel like a revelation. But if you have kids, do any of y'all find that you are constantly taking fallout? I saw a video on YouTube the other day where this woman was saying, stop treating the parent who stayed badly. Now, he didn't leave her, or desert her or anything, but he has done so much emotional damage. He's just reckless. Just doesn't think about how whatever he's going to say is going to land. It doesn't matter that, he is going through things. I'm going through things. I sleep on my son's couch. But she needs something done. So I'm doing my best. But now I'm getting yelled at. So I'm just wondering, is it really better? Traditional? Is it really better? Or, in all fairness, it could be not picking the right partner. I mean, I think that, in all honesty, most of us probably know something ain't right. But you might not know how right it is. And when you start having kids with them, that those pros and cons, the things that come out as time goes on. You always hear about what's going on when people have younger kids. But my daughter is about to be legal, fully legal. And I don't have to see this man. I am still being affected by his bad behavior. Because his bad behavior triggers her bad behavior. And then her bad behavior wants to trigger my bad behavior. But I'm the bigger person. I'm the person who's done the shadow workbooks. And I have life coached myself as I have life coached others for the last 15 years. So I have to do better. But I just wanted to get on here and say, sometimes you don't want to do better. Oh, it's raining out here. Maybe it'll cleanse away all the madness. But things are kind of rough going on in the world. Why is it so hard for people? The people who are supposed to care for specific other people anyway, to be so unconscious that they just don't even try to make their loved ones' lives a little bit easier. I don't profess to be perfect. I am not some perfect parent. But I will say that I do my best to be considerate. Not a pushover, not a doormat, just empathetic. Compassionate. So, I hope y'all are having a lovely Sunday. I know tomorrow's Monday. The vibes is wild. That eclipse energy is still whooping on people's heads, just like I said in the last video. And, yeah. Level up, y'all. It's time for people to level up. Have a wonderful rest of day. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.